Warning, 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 warning. This is a emergency broadcast. Code Red, hold on, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 159th episode. Getting up there, 200 people.
That's right. Live Friday night on Chili.com.
Project.com. Now, we have a kind of guest on this show.
We have a caller.
We have a caller, number one caller.
All right,
where are you from and what's your name? Excuse me. I'm a little guy.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Adam. I'm Adam Fitzgerald.
Oh, Fitzgerald.
Adam Fitzgerald.
Oh, your worker.
No, this is just...
That sounded like his worker.
Nobody I work with, but Adam's called into the Age of Transitions more than once, and so he's always fun to talk to.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Well, not really. Not really, because I'm usually talking about subjects that usually have a unhappy ending.
You know, this is true, Uncle. Just a quick point of information. He's been a guest on my show before. He has certainly been, I believe, on Pierce Redmond's show before. So he's a guy who's knowledgeable on 9/11. And one quick note for the listener, if you want to call in. The call-in number is 319-516-50. Wait a minute.
Chuck,
I just screwed up my own number. That's right.
Screwed up that number. What happened?
That's my job, Chuck.
Yeah,
you're usually the one who does that.
Damn it, you.
Well,
I know it. It's 319-527-5016.
That's
I got that over on you.
You got me.
You got him in.
I didn't think that would ever happen.
Usually Aaron screws up the number, and you guys heard it for the first time ever. That's right. Give it to him one more time, Aaron.
I'm going to relish this one. I'm going to really use this.
But go ahead. Say it one more time for him.
So yes, please call in. We'd love to have more callers tonight. 319-527-5016. You can also come in via Skype, Charles.Ocelli. Chuck will bring you in on Skype that way.
Right, and but I wanted to let you know who Adam Fitzgerald was. So I got that right, though. I know who Adam Fitzgerald is. I just didn't know my own number. So thanks a lot for that. And there you go.
I never knew that would happen. But now there's two of them that don't know the number.
Something new every night, Uncle.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Adam, what do you have here for the Uncle Show?
What do we got for the Uncle Show?
Well, consider it's actually an important film that came out tonight, actually, and not many people have recognized it, but it's actually important, and it's called The Report. I don't know if you heard of it. Have you know anything about it?
I
haven't heard it.
No,
not me.
It's about it's a movie based on the CIA torture memos of the detainees at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, is it a war picture? It sounds like somebody fighting. It sounds like a fighting thing. It isn't.
Actually, it's not.
Oh.
But it's actually a very... I'm probably going to go see it tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's actually... Yeah, the film is based upon the CIA torture methods of the detainees at Guantanamo and other black sites abroad.
Wow.
And that the tortures that went on were to people like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, Ramzi bin al-Shib, and Mustafa al-Haznawi. These are the people supposedly suspected of being behind 9/11. Mm-hmm. But supposedly these people that were tortured all gave up information based on torture, and that if it went to trial, the charges would have to be dropped.
Is this a dramatization of stuff from the true story? Is that what you told me?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Uncle, it's a true story, But
It is a
but it's played out by actors and stuff where they describe how people were tortured in order to get information related to terrorism and stuff like that at these various sites, I guess. And we all know about the torture scandal and the problems that the CIA and the U.S. government participated in regarding this. But apparently this movie came out today, as many movies do come out on a Friday. I wasn't aware of it, Adam. Where you know?
Check this out, folks.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty intense thing. Have you seen any of it, Adam?
I saw. Actually, there's a trailer on YouTube. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
And actually,
It sounds
the,
interesting.
Yeah, it actually is. Adam, I think the guy's name is Adam. I forgot the actor's name. He's in a couple of really good films. But Adam Driver, he plays the main character. And it looks pretty good, actually. Also, too, that the parts of the script had to be redacted as well. So I'm wondering what kind of information that they're allowing for the film to take. But according to the director of the film, he is actually going to be really implicative of many high-ranking CIA officials, including Gina Haspel, as well as Alfreda Ambrotowski, probably Michael Scheuer, George Tenet, Cofer Black, and those are big names right there. So it's not going to look good for the CIA, actually. So, but if you read the Senate report or the opinion upon the torture memos that were read by the Senate Select Committee, it's 700 pages, but it's worth a read if you can read it all. The amount of torture that these people received is absolutely I can't believe it. I have a book written by one of the detainees. His name is Mohammed Al-Slahi, and he was not convicted of anything, and he was kept at a CIA black site for 8 years and overall 12 years without charge. He was released in 2016, and he wrote a book while he was there. It's called the Guantanamo Diary, and the book had to be redacted, of course, but it shows the amount of sadistic brutality these people were willing to enact to get information. For example, one of the detainees was Abu Zubaydah, who's a supposedly a high-ranking Al-Qaeda member, number 3 on the list. And one of the torture methods they used for him was called the wall. And the cells they're in are 8 by 10 cells, and they're concrete. And they kept bashing his head against the wall, throwing him when he's handcuffed. And he suffered almost fatalistic injuries. But what they did was they replaced the concrete with wood panels, so that him being thrown against the wall wouldn't be as detrimental, to the body as opposed to concrete. But still, the amount of torture that these people received is absolutely, I just can't believe it. Something that you would read probably out of, the German concentration camps, or Unit 731, which was a German concentration camp of sorts. But a lot of these people that they're torturing, a lot of these people are basically people that the information the CIA already had through intelligence reports on the ground. So they weren't telling them anything of relevancy. They waterboarded Khalid Sheikh Mohammed 183 times. 100. And that's an absurd. And look, if you're going to get information from somebody, it will take about maybe 10, 15. But 183 times, and you should see the laundry list of crimes he admitted to.
In fairness, Adam, though, I'll tell you what, if you waterboard me about 5 times, I'd probably tell you I was the shooter on the grassy knoll, and swear up and down to it, because it's horrendous. Go ahead, Uncle.
Excuse me. This is down your alley, Chuck, this movie.
Yeah,
because you talk about this on your broadcast.
He sure does.
As I hear your broadcast.
No, I'm glad you recognize that. It's a crazy thing, but think about the implications, Uncle. One of the people that he mentioned there is the current head of the CIA.
Oh, that's Tommy's. angle.
Yeah,
Your
but I'm
friend
just
Tommy.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying this is a wild topic, and I wonder how deep they're going to go into it with this movie. I mean, how stark reality ends up on film. Do you like true stories as opposed to stuff that's made up, Uncle, or what?
Yeah, I do like them. I like a real good true story. It comes out to the truth. And that's what we're looking for, the truth.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is an ugly truth.
What I like. I like true stories.
Yeah, but this is an ugly truth.
Stories they have, These fake stories they have on these movies ain't nothing. I mean, we can get out of these things. But a true story is completely different. It turns us completely around.
Mm. Yep. And as you can see, Adam was right. Talking to him isn't exactly fun, is it? This is harsh. This is intense.
I was thinking that when he went into torture right away.
I was thinking this would be something to watch if we go and see that movie.
I can't believe they made this movie. It doesn't seem like something.
It's got to be a stronger.
I'm surprised.
Vinnick.
I'm
it has
surprised.
To be a stronger one than an Noah.
Well, because of the torture report that came out, they really couldn't hide it any longer.
Yeah, sure.
But the only thing that they destroyed the CIA was the videotapes of the torture sessions. There was 90 in total.
Oh, they destroyed them. There's where we want to get to the subject.
Yeah.
And they destroy them.
Yeah, well,
that makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Because, look, we're trying to find out what the truth is.
Yes.
And this is what he just said. They cut it out.
We have to wait till they make a movie about it.
Yeah, now they have to wait.
That's the position we're in here.
Yeah, we're sitting here waiting to see the movie.
Yeah.
Now
it's a tough position to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Adam, is there anything else? Anything else you had for the show other than this movie recommendation?
Yeah.
No, I think that's about it, though, actually. So.
Okay. Well, it's great to talk to you again.
Nice, great talking to you.
Hey, thank you very much for having me.
Yep. Talk to you again, I'm sure. All right, there he goes. Adam Fitzgerald, Uncle. So you're thinking we should watch this film?
I think we should. I think we should watch this film, but the intense that he mentioned it could be intense.
Well, yeah, it sounds like it would have to be.
We'll sit on our chairs watching this movie, we'll think of these other partners of ours on their broadcast, thinking about EIA, your buddy Tom.
Oh yeah,
and him
and Porkins.
We could be thinking about them as we're watching this movie.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting to.
We should somehow find a way to watch these movies all together in one place with everybody, and then just really see what everybody has to say about it.
You know what I'm curious about, though, and I want to hear Uncle talk about it, is because and the reason why I asked about real movies, with true life stories or with fake stuff, a lot of fake violence is on films, and I mean, let's be honest, some of it's fun, right? It's so unrealistic, and
I could say it's funny. Some of them, some of them, yes, are funny. I take it back that. They are funny in some sort of
like two superheroes beating each other up. I mean, it's all right.
What? You're sitting there when they're beating, like you said, beating people up. There we go, chop.
Yeah,
it's like doing a chop in a wrestling match.
Yeah, but
exactly like that.
But at the end of the day, most of the superheroes don't even bleed. Nobody dies. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing.
You seen the superhero with Batman, Superman, and their mother was that had on the show? The actor, he starts with an A.
The actor of one of the superheroes?
The superhero.
The actor that plays him?
He had his right. They don't bleed. And how in the world can you have these things that don't bleed?
I don't know.
And that guy speeds, no bleed.
Yeah, there's not a lot of consequences because they're fantasies.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean about.
That's right.
But But here's the thing. So you like a little bit of movie violence. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
It's an American thing.
Little's fine.
But when you get into some, dark, realistic, like he's talking about somebody getting slammed up against a wall over and over again because he's in a prison cell. I mean, that's some realistic stuff. And why did they put the wood up? You ready for this? Because you have to call in the medics a lot less after slamming them up against the wooden wall. That's why they do it, because the cement tears up more flesh when you slam them up against the wall. There you go, deep, ugly, dark truth. And they did strategize this stuff, if you read the torture memos, to figure out what the efficiency would be. But what I'm saying is, when you take a look at a realistic movie, if it's not too loaded with violence, you like true stories. But when it gets into the real-world violence, I don't know. I think that's the kind of thing that maybe you don't enjoy so much, Uncle.
Nah, you're right. I don't enjoy it that much because, and then you got the shooting, then you got the bleeding, like you said, and it gets to sometimes, especially if you're watching a bunch of a garbage can, and that your stomach gets out, bro. I cannot stand that. It's something like that, but in a mutant flesh person, if he dies, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, those realistic movies. There is a difference. There is a difference. It is hard to take the realistic violence and physical and also the psychological violence too. Is that can be very tense to watch. That can be very difficult. Just like watching somebody be, abusive, even if it's just passive aggressive abuse, that is like uncomfortable to watch. It makes your stomach feel it hurts your stomach to watch it
right
after a while. And that's not even like fully slamming somebody up against a concrete wall like you're saying. It's a different kind of wrongdoing. But
this would be a wrong thing to review, though. If I think about it now, that
you think
so?
Talking
about this hitting on the wall.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I was thinking that way too.
Leave that to Porkins.
Yeah, give it to Porkins.
We'll hand that over to Porkins.
Porkins, hand this movie over to you. See what you do about it. And I want to see what he say.
We'll relegate it to the Porkins bin.
Porkins-vention. Over the Porkins-vention.
But
go ahead,
we should mention that Porkins is on hiatus, though. I don't know if you knew that, Uncle. Porkins is taking he's taking a little broadcasting break.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that being off the air because, like, I was off for a couple of weeks.
We were.
So why not just take a few weeks off?
It happens.
And I think this takeoff for a couple of weeks does us good.
It can, yeah. I think it
does. In a way, because I'm not like getting wild like I used to. Like
relaxing off a
more.
little.
So, I mean, do it once in a while, fine. But then cut it for, let's say, 1 week, and then maybe go back the next.
The one thing that I am noticing is that the chat room is not as it was before when we were just consistently doing it. We don't have those regulars just in the chat room.
That's one thing about the chat room.
It's very quiet.
I just noticed.
Very quiet.
Exactly.
No click.
No click in my ears.
Here, look. Listen.
Why you guys are so quiet in there? Oh, there they go. When I mentioned
that was just me putting something in there just to make the noise.
Oh, you just made the noise.
It goes to the point.
I thought it was him.
There's nobody in there except for me.
Oh man.
Adam
what's happening to these guys? Usually they're talking in a minute.
You got to be here every week for that. That's the one thing. So it's a give and take. It's a trade off. It's it's
that's true.
Yeah, right now it's just me and Aaron in the chat room. There's other people listening on the stream, but they're on their phones or whatever, and they don't want to open up the chat room, I guess. But it is always there, just so you know. And you got listeners in New York and California and let's see, Washington, Texas, Louisiana. That's Louisiana. Couldn't remember if that was the right L. Georgia, Florida, no Canada tonight.
They're letting up, I think. But I got some news for you, sidekick. I just met a student
Okay.
From your hometown.
From my home state of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, she's from Pennsylvania.
She's from Pennsylvania. Okay.
I said, well,
she goes to Chapman?
And she goes to Chapman.
So she moved from Pennsylvania to Orange to go to school? Is that what's going on?
I think so. I don't know what she studied.
That is quite...
I mean, that was some surprise. That surprised me when I talked to her, though.
Yeah, she went far from home.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, Chapman's a nice school,
I meant
to
tell that on the show. That was a surprise.
Did she say where in Pennsylvania she's from?
No.
Whereabouts?
Oh, no. The towns where you are.
You're talking about like a little rural area?
Small area with...
She's from the countryside.
Countryside, yeah.
So she lives amongst the Amish.
Yeah, that's another thing I meant to ask her about the Amish.
Oh, yeah. She'll have something to tell you.
Yeah.
Sure.
I knew I had to say something. I forgot what it was.
So she's not from like Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or anything.
No.
Okay.
She's from your home state.
She's from... Well, yeah.
that home state you're from.
Okay. Well,
no. The home
she's
state
not
you're
from... Yeah, well, yeah, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia are both in the state of Pennsylvania, is what I'm saying. So there are urban areas. There are large urban areas.
I was really
state.
shocked when she said that. I said, wow, my nephew was from there. And I told that to her.
What does she know about homemade cheese?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get into that. Because she was talking to a friend. But
okay, that's fair enough.
I'd say
I'd like to hear her take on how Wawa, a convenience store, has really spread to other states. Last time I was in Florida, it's everywhere down there. I didn't know that happened until I was in Florida recently. I associate Wawa with the greater. Yeah, do you know Wawa, Uncle?
Sound like that drink I had from the Starbucks.
Yeah. It's just a convenience store. It's a little like gas station thing that used to only be in the greater Philadelphia area. Yeah. And I'd always get a kick out of it when I'd see my grandparents. Now they're everywhere, I guess.
Vaguely in Jersey for many years until about, say, 2001. And then they exploded. They got into the gas business heavily in Jersey. And once they did that, they were all over Jersey. I didn't know they were as far south as Florida, though. That surprises me.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, Jersey, sure. Yeah, so... Yeah, you know what we're talking about, Chuck.
Yeah, I do.
If they were in Florida, they're all over the state.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. Think of it that way.
I was blown away by that.
North state, south end, west side, north end, and south end.
You know what I discovered? You know what I discovered coming south, though, Aaron, about the Wawas? Now, I don't know. Maybe there's more. But there's a store called Sheetz.
Yes.
That is kind of similar to the Wawa model.
Oh, yeah. Also from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, the other thing about Pennsylvania is they have those... There's a particular kind of ice cream, and I'm trying to think of the name of it, but they're a convenience store in Pennsylvania. And they're very similar to Wawa's, and I'm trying to think of what the name of the ice cream is now.
In Pennsylvania, you're not talking about United Dairy Farmers in Ohio, are you?
No. This is in Pennsylvania. There's, it's like an ice cream brand that I was like, what?
Breyers?
No, not Breyers.
Not Breyers.
It was.
Is it Rite Aid?
No, not Rite Aid. I'm telling you, it's like a Wawa, and it's an ice cream brand. You ever heard of Rite Aid ice cream? Come on.
Yeah. Well, Rite Aid has ice cream. That's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, but
Rite
it's
Aid
not
and its ice cream.
But it's not a brand that's sold like throughout grocery stores. I'm talking about something that is sold in a lot of grocery stores. I got to look this up because I'm telling you now.
Yeah, I can't think of that one.
Look it up and see what you say.
But yeah, the Sheetz thing is, again, another gas station convenience station with the made-to-order food that made it popular
and
that started in Pennsylvania. It started, I believe, in the western part of Pennsylvania, so the other side of the state, but it got exported, and it's now everywhere. So Pennsylvania's good at making its gas station / convenience store chains go nationwide.
I was thinking that lady would have known about that. I should have mentioned about the Amish, but I bet you she does know about the Amish.
I would assume so.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Because I talked to her yet about it. But
I want to know this girl's story now. Where exactly she's from? How it came about that she moved to the other side of the country to go to school.
Yeah.
Like why she picked Chapman and all that.
I knew this was going to come up to your subjects because when I mentioned this on your ear, because I was waiting to say this on the air tonight, and I knew this would come up. Now you're getting suspicious.
Going from central Pennsylvania to central Ohio for school seemed like a far distance to me. It was like a 6-hour drive. That seemed far. That's nothing compared to going all the way to California. Right. Southern California.
Turkey Hill, by the way, is the name of the ice cream brand that is also a convenience store.
Hill.
Now, I used to work in the convenience store business, and I'm telling you, the Turkey Hill, Sheetz, and Wawa are all the same business model. They're exactly the same. And they carry just slightly different branding in their stores, but they literally use the same structure, the same design for customer flow. They carry the same products, except Wawa didn't used to carry lottery tickets because they were owned by a religious organization at one point.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the big exception.
They don't do that now.
Well, I don't know. I heard a few years ago that they started doing it in some places. But for the longest time, the national policy with Wawa was no gambling. So you couldn't have lottery tickets. However, like I said, the Turkey Hill, the Sheetz, the Wawa, they are all designed with the same on-demand, food.
Yep, made to order, MTO.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And the same point-of-purchase sort of scenarios are all similar in that type of convenience store. And it's funny that, they're basically interchangeable. The Wawa, the Sheetz, and the Turkey Hill. But Wawa has been expanding a lot, even though it's not gotten headlines. So kind of interesting. They're in Florida now. Sorry.
I'm just happy at the prospect that the ham and cheese sandwich on a pretzel bun is being exported nationwide. Something that needs to go. That needs to go nationwide.
Here we go with the food again.
Uncle, you like a good pretzel bun.
No, I like a plain old strong man's pretzel.
So pretzel by itself, not
pretzel
as a bun.
with the salt.
Yeah, well, yeah, soft. That's what it is. It's a soft pretzel.
That's you know where they have them most of, though?
What's
in
that?
the fairs. You go to the
sure.
fairs.
Yeah.
You go to the fairs.
Mm-hmm.
There's pretzels all over the place.
I know, you can't get away from
your
them.
wife keeps walking around. All you're thinking of is food or something else.
Yeah, you're talking about like the Orange County Fair, like the state fair sort of thing.
That kind of fair, but
I
mean it's that kind of things.
Oh yes.
Well, they have them.
Well, as my name suggests, there's quite a few German immigrants that were living in Pennsylvania, and the also hot pretzels were popular and were big.
New York.
So yeah,
Well, yeah, we had the New York under the umbrella. Man, every time we see the umbrella, go check the hot dog. Father kept going. Let's go to the hot dog stand.
from the vendor on the street. Yeah, those are good.
They go down nuts. He went nuts.
I mean, everybody enjoys a good street vendor. I mean, you can say what you want about it, but come on now. They're fun.
All of these states, you got food. Subjects, food. So that's the subjects.
Yeah.
It's food around the corners, food around the street. I mean, who has to go to a restaurant?
Yeah,
let's go get some.
Just eat a hot dog on the street corner. Yeah, why not?
That's what I mean.
Chuck, I know you got something to say about the street vendors.
Yeah, the street
Listen,
vendors.
you got to admit, nothing tastes like a dirty water dog in New York City, boy.
See, I knew it. I knew you had to say that.
Although Wawa, again, the innovators that they were, I was a regular customer at those places, man. They used to have the big bacon cheddar. Did you ever see that thing? It was a big hot dog with a strip of bacon and cheese that they kept ready-made, and you could have them on demand. It was pretty interesting on a small sub roll. You ever see those?
I'm not so familiar with the menu of Wawa because there's only so many times I've actually been in a Wawa. For me, the experience of Wawa that I have is just every time again we go see my grandparents. Is that part of the state, And as soon as we drive by one of the signs with the geese on it, and we read Wawa, it was like me and my brother get all amped up in the backseat and start laughing like, yeah, there's Wawa. This is awesome, you know? So for me, that's what it was about. I never was like, you know, the guy going to work and I got to get my coffee and my hot dog with bacon on it.
Well, even worse than that, my friend, when I was a musician, for all the years I was a musician, do you know what it was I actually drank as a singer in order to keep my throat lubricated? I had to have my half gallon of Wawa peach iced tea, and that's all the way back in the 90s. I carried one with me like it was Linus with a security blanket. Telling you now.
Was it Wawa branded drink?
Oh yes.
Nice.
Wawa.
Well, how did it actually taste? Now, just a moment here.
It was really good.
Get to the subject.
It was really good.
Tasty.
It was sweet.
That could be good.
It was really sweet, and it had just enough of the tea acid to kind of be the astringent on the throat to soothe my throat as I was, you know, doing my thing.
Right now.
And it tasted great. I drank it all the time.
Now, Uncle, this reminds me of your beloved passion tea.
Oh, yes.
Why don't you tell the audience about passion tea? What is it?
This passion tea now, completely different than all these other teas. First of all, it's red.
Okay.
And you never see a red tea before. Anybody here ever seen a red tea before? Red tea.
There's...
Not very often.
Not often.
But this was very, very tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into that now, drinking that a lot. But though now I'm into something new.
Okay, what's the new tea?
Guava.
Oh, guava. A guava flavored tea?
Vapor guava tea. Delicious. I've been having this now. Taking this. Drinking this guava tea. We could go to Starbucks. Ask for guava tea.
Okay.
Try it once. You try it once.
Yeah, well,
we'll go there and I'll get you. We'll get
I love guava flavored things.
Yeah, and I think you would like this kind of tea.
I probably would like it. Yeah.
I mean, this would be a perfect drink because you like guava so much. I was thinking, maybe if we go to Starbucks one day or one morning,
get a guava tea
and go get a guava tea, and let me know if it tastes good.
I will let you know.
Because I got into that, and I said, whoa. I was first thing said, Fonz would love this, I said to myself.
Yeah. Well, we have a guava tree, a fruit tree in our backyard, don't we, Uncle?
Yeah, we do. But I wonder if you can make
tea
with it.
Well, we probably could. We could probably flavor it.
That.
I want to make some jelly out of it here eventually. I know that you can make guava jelly, so I want to try that maybe next year because it becomes ripe in early fall. So we already had all the fruit come off the tree, which was a fair amount for how small the tree is, and we ate all that this year. I ate most of it. As you said, I love it. So I ate a bunch of those guava fruits this year.
I ate a few.
You like them, right?
I like them.
They're good.
Not as much as those pomegranates.
We have those right now.
I have to eat one today.
Oh yeah, they're good. Go eat one of them. We have them right now.
But I go for those too. But I'm still waiting on the one Hawaiian tree.
The what? Wait, what is it now?
Hawaiian tea. I'm Hawaiian fruit. I want that
you want us?
I love that dragon fruit. I'm still yelling at him to get this tree.
Yeah, we don't have it yet. You're talking about a dragon fruit.
Fruit and tree.
Also the fruit is called a pitaya, you may have seen.
We've had that in orange and that tree.
It grows off a succulent.
A succulent tree. Yeah. We had some. And I tasted that. I forget what it tastes like now. So we hadn't had it yet. So forth.
A dragon fruit, people probably know these from the store. It's a very elaborate, crazy looking. It's pink on the outside. It's got these crazy peels that make it look like a crazy flower thing. And if you cut it, it's white on the inside, usually white, sometimes pink. But it's usually white on the inside with these little black seeds, similar to kind of how a kiwi has a bunch of black seeds in it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the dragon fruit, I'm not thrilled with the taste of it. I find it a bit bland, actually. It's okay. I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's not worth $8 of fruit like when you find it at the grocery store.
Well, it's not good to pay, but it's good to grow.
Well, yeah, it'd be fun to grow, though.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what I mean.
It's an interesting plant. Like I said, it's a succulent. It looks like almost like a cactus, and you could grow it in a hanging basket and it would cascade out of the basket. But how people usually grow them is they build a trellis, like it climbs up a pole, and then you build out the trellis up about like 6 feet off the ground at least, so that the bulk of the plant, it branches out into different branches, and it'll hang off the top of the trellis, and then the fruit will grow on the ends of the succulent branches.
You know what I miss? The house in Orange.
What's that?
Not of course, I'm pleaded for the room, but other than that, I miss the fruit.
Well, I mean, we have even more fruit trees in our new yard than we did in the old one. They're just very immature. And
not ready to go yet, though.
We're at the point where all the fruit trees are established at this point. They're still small, but they're all established. And I think, well, not the avocados, but everything other than that is going to produce fruit this coming year for sure.
It's coming?
Yeah, and this year, just like I said, we had quite a few pomegranates that are they're ripe now. The guava tree, for the size, it produced quite a bit of fruit. It's going to be exponentially more with each passing year. So we're going to have a lot of fruit from here on out, Uncle.
Yeah, I was really surprised at the guava drink. Boy.
Oh, yeah, I love guava drinks, yes.
Well, you like this drink then.
Now, Uncle, you mentioned red tea, and it made me think of this one thing from Africa called Rooibos. Have you ever had that? That's a red tea. That's a red tea.
No. I mean, this just comes from all these teas that we are talking about right now, people, is from Starbucks.
All of them.
All of them. So
even the Wawa one.
Wawas and all this stuff is from Starbucks.
Well, Arizona used to have a red tea in a bottle. Remember when they were making their RX branded teas? I don't know if those still exist. Has anybody seen those lately?
Oh, like prescription, like this one helps with this ailment, or this one gives you energy, that sort of.
Yeah, they had one to make you mellow out, and the red tea, I forget what it was for, but I think it was like for happiness or something, whatever. But Arizona used to carry that. I mean, we all know the green tea and the sweet tea. That's everywhere.
Yeah. That's what my sister loves, the sweet tea.
There you go.
Man, I could stand
that Arizona sweet tea. I mean, it's like
that's too much sweet.
It's a true soft drink.
I mean, I can't take even a taste of it.
A lot of sugar in that.
Load of sugar.
You gotta be careful.
And I can't even touch it.
I mean, they're delicious, but yeah, it's just a sugar overload for sure.
I
mean, if you want a dessert, have one of those things, you know.
I got you, but you could take a shot at getting some red tea bags. I know they sell them, and making some iced tea. And then when you decide to make your guava jelly, when you press it, some liquid's going to come off of it. You catch the liquid, throw that on in, or create ice cubes out of it. And when you're done making your red tea, throw it in there, put it in a gallon, put it in the fridge, and in 2 hours, Uncle will have homemade tea as sweet or non-sweetened as he wants.
And it will be guava tea, Uncle. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There.
Smart. You gave us something to think about. Okay, now that's your job. So I kick. For when you get a chance.
The guava processing, yes, I can do that. So come next year.
I know we'll give it time, but give it till next year.
We'll harvest those guavas, make jelly.
Because this stuff is delicious. I could never, ever tasted this before.
Have you ever had the ocean spray, fruit drink, Mona Lai? It's a guava juice. It's just fruit juice.
I did have a... Amish fruit sort of thing, but not that name.
Yeah, it's just a guava juice. It's Ocean Spray's guava juice. That was the first thing I had when I was a kid, and that was always like my favorite juice was.
You know what I think we're gonna have to do? Look in the stores, instead of us drinking this sodas and stuff we buy. Well, let's just look for juices.
Well,
I mean, just for the time being.
Again, Uncle, if you're talking about the Mona Lais and the iced teas and all these things, they can be just as bad as sodas in terms of sugar content.
Well, not if they're non-sweetened.
Well, yeah, if they're unsweetened.
Maybe just look to see if they're unsweetened.
I don't know if there's such a thing as a guava juice that's unsweetened. No, I think they're all super sugary.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to have to be cautious, with your sugar level there, Uncle, as far as this stuff goes, because even if it doesn't taste like it's got a lot of sugar in it, sometimes the natural sugars are, just overpowering from something like a guava, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. When I was talking about a mango. Something for mango?
Oh, mangoes, yes.
And in their juice, and they said, no, we don't have mango. Then they mentioned the guava. So that's when I started thinking,
Oh, this was when you were at Starbucks and you're looking for your new tea.
Right.
And they suggested to you the guava, and that's how you got on this. Mm-hmm. So we moved from passion tea to guava tea at the suggestion of the barista at Starbucks.
All I'm doing, though, right now is just investigating on all the teas they have. Mm-hmm. Like, I already know the black tea. I always have the white tea. You can mix it, too, with the guava. They put the lemonade in the guava in the mixture.
Yeah, just put the flavor in, like Chuck was saying. Use a method like that.
You can only taste it when it's mixed. Oh. But when it's straight, you can taste it.
Look at
it. I finally did it one time.
Okay.
One time. Okay. Did have just plain guava, please?
Yeah.
So I get a guava, take the drink, and boy, what a difference that tastes like.
Yeah.
Not with the mixture of the lemonade and the mixture of these other light tea.
Oh, yeah.
Because they mix it.
Sure. Arnold Palmer style.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Hey, I love that stuff.
When you're in Starbucks, Uncle, do you drop off Uncle the Podcast cards on the little tables around the place and just leave them for people to find? Do you do that?
Oh, no, but there is a lot of students there.
There you go. Yeah, just start throwing those cards around.
I could probably just put them down at the table.
Yeah, just put them down on the table. Somebody sees them, picks them up. They're random. What is this? Right?
Right.
Looks like somebody's face.
There at work.
It does.
See, I sometimes go to the student section where because they have a Starbucks there, and there are loads of them. I mean, they're sitting there waiting to get on the line. Yeah. Actually, it's full most of the time.
Hand out those cards.
So I just put them down.
You know what? I wonder
instead of asking them, I just rather just put them down.
I can't remember if Starbucks has ever offered one of those African red teas, the Rooibos tea that I was talking about.
We can ask them.
You spell it Rooibos. I had it. I forget where. Somebody gave me some of the and I don't think it's like a traditional made from a regular. It's not made from a regular tea plant. Like most tea is all the same plant as I understand it. But this is a different thing from Africa called Rooibos, and they make tea out of it. It makes this red tea, which is really different than most teas. It's unusual, but it's pretty good. I kind of like it. It's something different. And I remember this. I remember getting some free when I worked at this bike shop event in downtown L.A., and this guy from a neighboring business came in because I did a tune-up on his bike. They're like, oh, here, have some of these teas I have at my shop. And he gave me this Rooibos tea. And he said, yeah, one thing you can do with it is, you make the tea, and then you put some in ice cubes, like Chuck was saying. You make Rooibos ice cubes, and you save them, and you put them in your whiskey. And then, it's a good way to, do whiskey on the rocks, but also the flavor from the tea mixes with the whiskey. And I did that once, and it was it was quite good. The two, because it's an odd, earthy sort of thing, but that's an unusual. It's definitely a red tea. So that's when you're talking red tea. This is red for sure.
I mean, I'm telling you, the difference between a guava drink and red tea, there is a difference.
Oh, of course there is.
There's a difference in this.
Big difference.
I didn't realize that these teas taste around the difference. Well, when I had
taste the difference, Uncle,
on these things, we always really know the black tea and the gray tea.
English breakfast.
And those,
I love those.
Those are normals.
I love
I
those
call
teas.
those are the normals.
What about good
But-
green tea?
The green tea is a different one too.
It is different.
I mean, that one, I haven't had that one for a while.
I like a
yet,
green tea.
but
I
I
like a
would
green
go
tea.
for some more green tea.
See, most of that is based on soaking leaves in the water, right? But you can use a lot of different things to soak in water and make tea. I've made tea out of mushrooms.
That's right. Yeah, you can even do it out of
Yeah.
pine needles.
How do you
pine
get the taste out of those? Just curiosity. How do you get the taste out of them?
Same kind of way that you would with a tea bag, except, if you have a dried mushroom, you got to let it soak a little longer. And you can reuse the mushrooms actually a few times and get you the same kind of qualities that you're trying to draw out of the mushroom without having to eat the thing. You can just make a tea out of it. Chaga tea is one of the things that I've had a bunch of times, and it's really actually good for you.
We got this machine here at home, and nobody has gotten teas. They always want their coffee.
You're talking about what the heck is that thing
machine.
called? A Keurig or something?
That
yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's got the little capsules you put in.
let's us go and get some of these teas.
No,
For
I
Pete's
don't
sakes.
really want to get one of those. I've always been a fan. You know this, Uncle.
But now since I've been drinking these teas from Starbucks, it's getting to my attention. I like to drink more tea than coffee.
But the way to do it is the loose leaf tea, Uncle. That's the best way to do tea. Because all it is just a dry leaf, like Chuck is saying. You just put it in whatever, like a little strainer thing, and you let it steep in some hot water, and that's the best tea you can have.
Oh, yes, that's wine, but
And plus, you're not
people from work did that. Just comment on that a minute. They did. They came in. They
loose
did,
leaf tea.
They made that way.
And it's a better way because those little tea bags are filled with plastic, and then you just end up drinking the plastic as much as you drink the tea. So you may as well just get the regular leaves, put it in a metal strainer. You're not drinking plastic along with your tea.
Oh.
And it tastes better, too.
Oh.
So, there you go.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, fellas, you are down to the last 10 minutes of the show because I see Aaron can't see my messages. Just to let you know,
can't
and
see him.
with that, I'm going to leave it alone. Well, I don't know why he's not seeing me. So I'm just
getting
telling
into
you.
this tea conversation, Chuck. This
He
is
got-
intense.
He got
Well,
so
I just
distracted
talk
by the
about
tea.
teas tonight. This is my subject. I want to talk about teas.
Cool.
Uncle, what if we had Mr. T on the show?
Oh, that would pop it right there.
That'd be good.
I would like to listen to him. I understand the Mr. T is afraid of flying. I want to find this.
The A-team.
I want to find this out. I
Yeah.
really want to find. What are you laughing at?
Well,
Oh, the
B.A.
A-team, his
Baracus
character,
is
yeah.
afraid of flying. I don't know about
I
Mr.
think-
T.
yeah, that's it.
I would like to know from him. Now,
We should invite him on the show. That'd be
I
a
want
good
to
guest.
do that. Now, I want to ask Chuck, can it be possible you can get in touch with Mr. T or you? Somebody get in touch with Mr. T, and he'll be on my next show.
I have never tried to get a hold of Mr. T, but you know what? I will try. And Aaron, you got to help me here. I need.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Well, since you brought it up,
I can see if I can get a hold of T.
I would love to talk to him. That
Who
would be
wouldn't?
a good long hour for him and me having a good conversation.
I think before we have him on the show, we need to watch Mr. T's "Be Somebody" or "Be Somebody's Fool" video.
Video.
Have you
Wait,
seen
got
that, Uncle?
No.
I'm sure we could find it on YouTube. The first time I saw that was in Columbus when I was going to school. I went to the Columbus Library, me and my buddy, and he found this tape there because you can lend from the library videotapes. It was Mr. T's "Be Somebody" or "Be Somebody's Fool" from like 1984.
I heard some kind of song named that, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of music in it. It's
I
a lot of
named the
good music
song
in it.
of it. The song of Some Kind of Food, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you have heard that. Now,
I heard the song. Yeah.
Something interesting about all the music in that video, Uncle, is in the credits, it says the lyrics to Mr. T's songs are written by Ice-T.
Ice-T.
And I assume that's Ice-T like the rapper Ice-T.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Because he's
Speaking
a
of
rapper. He was raps with T.
Yeah, he's another T. He is Ice-T, and he made the lyrics to these songs, which you would not imagine Ice-T writing these songs. But I sent a Twitter message to Ice-T once, basically like saying, referencing this video, like, oh yeah, are you the one that wrote? Are you the Ice-T that wrote the lyrics to Mr. T's "Abuse Somebody and Be Somebody's Fool"? And he liked the tweet. So that's all I did. He just liked it. He didn't say anything. So I didn't derive any actual answer from that. But he did acknowledge it.
Well, maybe we could get him.
We need to get him on this, too.
Let's get him on it, and then he can force to bring tea in.
Yeah,
if he can find
T on T.
I say we go for everything. We go after Mr. T, Ice-T, and Tim Tebow all at once, and see who we get. What do you think?
Yeah,
all the T.
Yeah,
I don't know about Tebow. I don't know if that's acceptable to Uncle, but the other two certainly.
He doesn't like Tebow?
Well, that's Florida Gators, right? That's a problem, Uncle.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, you went overboard there, Chuck. You put that in this house, you know who we yelling at.
It's not as big. It's not as big a deal with you than as your sister. Yeah,
my sister, she'd go nuts.
Yeah.
I mean that guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those evil Florida Gators.
Yeah, you know how
evil.
But so what do we have now?
Well, we're nearly at the end of the show here, Uncle.
No shows, no calls.
No call, no show. Oh, somebody's going to get in trouble at work for that.
Yeah, there haven't been any extra calls. Sorry, you just had to put up with me and Adam Fitzgerald so far.
Fitzgerald. This Fitzgerald over there on Sidekick.
Oh, yeah. It was a great call. And hey,
at least I got my teas organized.
It's about time we organized that.
Something, because I've been into this kind of tea stuff.
Well, what do they always say? Dot your I's and cross your T's. So there you go.
I was off the high tested drinks that they have with the free things, because you get so many stars you can get a free one.
Oh yeah.
I'm working on another.
Yeah, get those stars going. Yeah, that's good. I mean,
and that's why we're gonna try get to the tea. I'm gonna try go to
get the tea. Get the tea.
Back. Well.
Now, I can tell this is important, so I guess I'm going to have to at some point go to Starbucks and try this guava tea. And
try this guava tea they got. They're talking.
I'm going to be peering over the counter.
It's in the back. In the back. Well, just ask for a guava tea, please.
Hey,
large or medium, and taste it, and tell me if you like it.
I can do that. I mean. It's easy enough.
Since I can never afford Starbucks, I have a question for you. How about going to the dollar store and reviewing their teas? I bet you they have tea, different stuff at the dollar store, maybe.
Oh yeah,
we might try that too.
Because they haven't had new beers lately, right? Maybe they have new teas.
True.
We'll move on to the tea.
That's a good point there, Chuck. You just told me and just hit me with something. Let's stop with the drinking the beer.
Okay.
Let's do the teas.
Do the teas,
I think we got a good point there.
Okay.
Let's just do the teas.
I'm sure I can find a tea there.
Now, your job now, find the teas.
Okay.
Forget about the beers.
Forget about the beer.
Right, because you're closer to that place.
Oh, I'm close. Real close.
So
I'm going to get that tea.
Go see for the tea there.
It's going to be good.
In the meantime, we have to test for this guava tea. I have to
I know. It's important.
To see how he likes it.
As I was saying, I'm going to watch them make the tea. I'm going to be peering over their shoulder and make sure that they don't just pull out one of those crappy little tea bags and throw in some hot water and then, put it in their fancy cup and be like, look, this is guava tea. I'll be like, no, that's a bunch of garbage you gave me. No. Give me my money back.
Now, wait a minute. They do have it in a jar. Put this guava tea.
So it comes from a jar.
Comes from a glass.
Comes from a glass.
No, not a glass. One of the bigger ones. Container.
Okay.
They build them up.
All right.
Put it in a container.
All right.
And they pour the tea. And if you want it mixed, of course, you can have it mixed. Or if you want it straight, then put it in the straight. Okay. And you can taste it.
Well, they better be hoping it comes from a container, not one of those little tea bags. Otherwise,
it's not a tea bag. Okay. I'm watching myself.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
You got to stay on these Starbucks employees.
I look at these Starbucks guys, and I see how they make them. Of course, they put a lot of ice in it. Keep it cool, of course. But there you got that. It's delicious. You've got to try it.
Got to try it. I
got him going tomorrow, maybe tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go in there. Yeah, I try. For the record, I'm not I hardly ever. The only time I get to Starbucks is when somebody else gets one. I have some of it. I really don't go there.
I know. But for this special thing about the teas, is why I'm asking. I'm saying.
Sure. I mean, I'll do it. I'm not opposed
because I
to
know
it.
you like teas.
I like
Forget
teas.
about the other drinks.
Okay.
You like the teas.
I like them.
So if you can get these teas at there.
Uncle, the show is over. What's our website?
Oh, website. UnclePodcast.com.
We're on Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter, Instagram.
At Uncle Podcast.
UnclePodcast.com.
UncleThePodcast.com. And live on Ocelli.com.
Chevy.com.
Every what night?
Friday night.
That's right.
And, food. No, but we've heard your schedules are changing. But that's
we'll be
story.
here. We'll be here next week and the week after, Uncle. My show I'm going to pre-record, but the Uncle show will be live next week. So be here for the live show
so
in the coming weeks. We're still
I was just
here.
wondering about that. Yes.
Never fear, Uncle. We're continuing.
I was wondering about how you're going to work it.
The callers. In fact, I had somebody promise to call in next week. Even how about
next
that?
Week?
I already had a promise that somebody's going to call in next week. So how about that to this show?
At least we got somebody.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
This was. Actually, it was good to talk about these things, but like I was talking to my sidekick again tonight, and the Chucky boy, Dad, doing the process. What are you laughing at there, sidekick?
Okay, that's it for now.
That's it for now.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye. I did